Good morning, Aiken High. I am Khalil Gilman.
And I'm Michaela Tucker.
This week we will be discussing mental health, our student section leader, and our girls volleyball team.
Live from the Hive, it's AHS News.
This school year has taken a toll on many individuals.
Here is more information on how to improve your mental health.
Mental health has always been a challenge for teenagers, and it has had a major impact on students here at Aiken High.
So being a football player is actually hard. You have to come and show up to basically a job. Well, high school is not a job, but you're fighting to get a scholarship to go to D1. You come there every day, practice for about 4 hours. You go full throttle every second, every minute, every hour that you can go. To deal with it, I try to take rest, recover, and try not to put so much on my plate that I can't bear.
School has affected my mental health in both a positive and negative way, but I feel like it's in a more positive way. For the negative side, I would say it's obviously your stress level, because I always feel the need to have things a certain way. But at school, I get to surround myself with some amazing people and teachers who I know are there to help me.
In recent years, the COVID-19 pandemic has had a major impact on both teachers and students.
With COVID is and then isolation of the students at home, it's damaged in some respects the social aspects of how they interact with others. Before COVID, it was a learned process, and they have to relearn that association with others. And I think going through that transition from isolation back to society has been a struggle.
This year, like I said, it's been difficult for everybody, and we are seeing more students and teachers with mental health concerns. But for me personally, I think it's just taking one day at a time, not taking things personally, and I think I'm doing pretty okay right now.
Students and teachers are surrounded by resources and activities that help improve their mental health.
I use time management skills to my advantage, at least I try to, because getting my work finished and turned in on time just is a huge stress reliever. But I'm also a dancer, and being able to go to the studio and dance makes my brain kind of let free of all the school stresses.
So one of them is art. I actually have my own art business, and sometimes art takes pressure off me. It relieves pressure sometimes. Another way that it was music. I was in band, and I also listen to music. Gospel, believe it or not, gospel gets all the negative thoughts out your mind. And the last one is probably God, because without God, I wouldn't be doing any of it.
So that's something I actively work on every day, just like everybody else. A lot of times it's going home and laying on the couch and staring at TikTok until it's time to go to bed. But it's also sometimes, taking time to make a nice dinner or go for a walk or having a moment with myself to check in and see what I need in that moment.
Here are some last tips from the teachers and students that will help those struggling with mental health issues.
Oh, if somebody tells you, for instance, somebody tells you they're suicidal or they're having mental problems, don't joke around with that, because I was suicidal at one time because of doing too much with football, and I've had friends who were suicidal that they were made fun of or something happened and then it almost got too far. So just be supportive when people tell you that and not make fun of them and take it seriously.
My number one favorite tip, and this works really well for me, is to put everything in writing. My office is covered in sticky notes and to-do list. And for me, I feel much less overwhelmed if I can see everything I need to do.
My advice would be to find an outlet to help your brain relax, because it's not very healthy to keep everything bottled in.
This has been Lily Judd with AHS News.
Well, there are two things that I mainly do when I'm stressed. One is I like to walk with my headphones on, listen to music. That totally calms me down. I can also do it in the car, but walking is better because that kind of, makes me feel active and healthy. The other thing that I do when I'm stressed is play words with friends.
I'm gonna take like deep breaths and stuff and, like meditate or something.
Either paint or I do these diamond paintings.
I would come up with quotes or drawings because it really depends on how stressed I am. But if I'm really stressed out, then I would try to distract myself by thinking of one word and think what I can do with that word.
Student section leaders are an important part of showing school spirit at huge school events such as games and pep rallies.
Here is our student section leader, Tucker Samaha, with more information.
Aiken High students are now a couple weeks into the school year and things are beginning to settle down. We have held many home sports games already this year, which brings along our Aiken High student section led by junior Tucker Samaha. Tucker has been an avid game attender since his freshman year, supporting the student section at almost every home game for all Aiken High sports.
Probably going to every game, honestly, and being extremely loud and obnoxious.
Tucker always dresses up in elaborate outfits for game day. He decorates himself from head to toe in green and gold, so he tends to stick out in the stands.
I really like jerseys, and then I like whiteouts and blackouts because everybody looks the same.
Even though Aiken High sports teams don't always bring home a win, our student section never loses its excitement and encourages all our fellow student athletes to try their hardest and stay confident.
It's I don't know, I feel like our student section, the people at Aiken High come and they actually scream when they're supposed to scream, which is kind of the point of the student section.
Tucker spends most days swimming and golfing before and after school, and focuses a lot of his free time on his academics as well.
I swim, I play golf, I do Young Life, and then
Zion and Tucker have been close since Tucker came to Aiken High's freshman year. Zion excels in his academics and is a part of the boys golf team with Tucker as well.
I met him in 8th grade whenever I first moved here from Texas, so kind of just in school.
Zion often accompanies Tucker to these games, and they both provide the student section with energy and spirit.
He seems to have a really good control over things, and he knows when to handle certain things, how to be authoritative and how to deal with things. And but he also knows how to get everyone hyped and make sure everyone's having a good time, no one's left out. So he's pretty inclusive and all around just a good leader.
Coach Blocka has seen firsthand Tucker's influence on the student section and his school spirit in general every day at school.
So I've known Tucker ever since he was in 9th grade. He was one of my students his first year here. So I've known him since he's been in class, and I've known him through athletics because he's a swimmer and boys golf.
Tucker's teachers and peers comment on Tucker's great character as well as his important role as student section leader.
That he's extremely hardworking, that he's dedicated to Aiken High School, and that's something that we look for in all of our student athletes.
Our volleyball team has had a successful season so far.
Here is an inside look on their success.
Our girls volleyball team is currently wrapping up the season with just a few more games left.
Volleyball benefits players in many ways. Obviously, physically first, it keeps you in shape, it keeps you healthy, definitely teaches you good nutrition habits, but even more than that, I think the discipline and the respect that players gain from being a part of a team, working together to accomplish one goal, those are goals and skills that you can learn and transfer in your day-to-day life.
I would have to say just building a bond with some girls that you don't know at first, and just as long as you're playing with them and having fun, I think that's the best part, and just growing with them over the years.
being able to bond with my teammates.
Many of our players have been playing since they were kids.
I started playing volleyball when I was in the 5th grade. I played all throughout high school. I played club ball for Upward, and then I ended up playing college at USC Aiken.
I started playing volleyball in the 6th grade.
I was in 2nd grade.
The team has been killing it on the courts. As of right now, they have won 11 out of 15 games.
Typically, we start with serve and serve receive. That's one of the main elements of volleyball that can win or lose you ball games. You've got to be very disciplined in serve and serve receive. So we usually start there. Then we'll do some ball control. Getting all the players, no matter what position you are, to do all the different skills is very important fundamentally. And then we usually, depending on who we play, we have different versions of practice. So if we need to work on defending an outside hitter, defending middle hitter, defending the right side, we'll work on some defensive stuff, specifically from like off of the box, or we will like put in different game time situations, and we usually end in like full game play. So we'll either go straight up from 0 to 25, or we'll do different situational play where you have to have side out scoring, different versions of volleyball essentially.
Playing volleyball can take up a lot of time, so it's important for the team to remember to prioritize the grades.
Most challenging, I would say, would definitely be mentally. It's a mental challenge. The game is not physically, but it's also mentally challenging in a sense. You have to really have your mind in it in order to play your best.
Trying to get everyone on the same page while we're playing.
They have high hopes about regionals, which is coming up just around the corner.
My goals this season is to win region. My other goals are to win state and win the championship. Oh, and get them rings. That's my goals.
Be sure to show your Hornet pride by cheering on the team.
Yeah, if you are interested in playing volleyball or you want to learn more about the sport or about the team, then come by C237 anytime and talk to us. We will start for the next season. We'll start preparing in the spring, and those are open to anybody interested. You can come work out with us, and then we'll have practices over the summer, and our tryouts are usually at the very end of the summer, around July 31st, August 1st.
Yeah, I said as long as you follow your heart in the sport and work hard, even though it may be challenging at times, just keep working for it and your goals will pay off.
Go Hornets.
Go Hornets.
Now for your weekly announcements.
In conjunction with Golden Harvest Food Bank, the Aiken High School Key Club will be collecting canned or non-perishable food items to help fight hunger in our community. Please drop off your donations in the Spooky Box located in the foyer of the course room D110 between now and October 30th.
Attention students, please do not put 5, 10s, or 20s into the vending machines.
If you would like to buy donuts, please see a broadcast student for more information.
If you're interested in softball, come to the softball field every Tuesday and Thursday after school for preseason workouts.
That's all for this week on AHS News.
Have a good day and go Hornets.